Good morning, Ed Drost.
Good morning, Stephen Reeker. Here we are again, and look, we're going on kind of part two, three natural health and wellness, and we added products today because oh my goodness, Corey Cassidy and Gail Elliott have both kind of talked about their experience with three. Gail's a natural health professional. She's got some certification, so certified, and she talked about her daughter. What got her into it? Her daughter had heavy metal toxicity. So years and years ago, this is before the internet. So she really had to do a lot of things to come up with a way to help her daughter out. So anyway, they're talking about the products, and then we have one testimonial. So
cool.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Then I encourage you to look. I mean, there's a plethora of information out there, so I don't need to give you guys all that scoop. But when Corey was talking about taking sugar out of your mouth, I know I was that girl that was the Southern girl raised on, if it wasn't smothered in gravy, it wasn't considered food. And so I have all of those, or had those same habits, until I understood that they were literally creating advanced aging and dis-ease in my body. And guys, all disease is a dis-ease in the human body. And we can control
all of us. And I think, Gail, thanks for sharing that, because I think all of us are on a journey to do better, have better, be better, find doable lifestyle alternatives, and that means, looking into ingredients. And then we get into supplementation like I did in my 40s. I just realized, everything's kind of changing in my joints, and all kinds of things were just different. And so I really found that I didn't really realize that phytonutrients versus synthetic supplementation is a completely different ballgame. I had no idea that most traditional supplements really don't absorb due to a myriad of reasons, right? Molecule size, or synthetic versus natural. They talk about ascorbic acid versus Escherichia coli and all those things, but they just get flushed out of the body. And even though, to me, to go back 10, 15 years, or even a year ago before I found the 3 product line, to realize that even the minute part that was absorbing, I felt a difference. So today, to be on a completely, with 11 different delivery technologies, and the phytonutrients, and the sourcing, and the curation, and the absorption, the pillars of our company, really is a one of a kind diet cocktail given to us by the best. I mean, if we sit around and listen to Dr. Dan Gubler and our scientific advisory board, I'm shocked that, at the level of phytonutrients that you can centrifuge, and, he's a geek and gets off on, then he's all about the liposomes and the other delivery technologies. And so it really is the best of the best. And so not only are we learning in today's global society about phytonutrients being absorbable and, micronizing them so that they can be recognized by the cell. And then these absorption technologies that push more of the nutrient, into the cell, like menthol and these other amazing things that Dr. Dan does. They're really showing some amazing results in just the average person, that has disease, or doesn't want to have disease, or maybe in their DNA is predisposed to disease. I mean, these are many reasons I've found why people are searching. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think especially after the years that we went through with what I call a pandemic, people understand that their immune function is vital, and we get to have a say over that. We get to be the CEO of our own bodies and make decisions that will fortify the opportunity. And there you go with the proactive wellness and the advanced delivery technology, hands down the best I've ever found in my career.
Well, that's amazing. Well, that brings me to a next segment, and I'm going to introduce our first guest this evening. Her name is Mandy Hoffman. She is from just north of Boston, Massachusetts. Hi, Mandy. How are you?
Hi, Corey. It's a pleasure to join you tonight.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about you. What do you do? What do you, where are you at in the country? You say north of Boston. What's that like? I mean, give us your scoop.
Sure. Well, actually, Gail will be very entertained by this. I do live up in southern New Hampshire, and I was doing grounding a little bit before I went out barefoot into my front yard. So it's nice to have a kinship. I'm telling you, the community and the people here, far and away, are the best part of 3. Far and away, the people are the best. And I'm really excited that I've been given the opportunity to share more about my story, because so many people have poured into me and helped to be. I really want to pay it forward. So I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have an amazing 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. I work, I'm busy. And I've had a lot of health issues over the years. For about a decade, I've been chasing some GI issues, and both of my pregnancies were miserable. And it was around the first pregnancy that I found out that I did not tolerate prenatals well. And I started to discover the difference between synthetic vitamins and food-based vitamins. And that kind of started my journey. I did feel like I had a little bit of an advantage trying to learn about this. I do have a degree in exercise science. So as I'm trying to pour over the research, and, much to Gail's story is out of need, really trying to understand how can I help myself and how can I advocate for myself when I'm going to doctors and specialists. So fast forward to now, I still have a very sensitive tummy. I'm still going through a lot of testing and really trying to figure this out. But in the meantime, probably if anyone would be or have a high likelihood to have absorption issues, I probably would be a good candidate.
That makes
So,
complete sense, especially with
yeah.
GI issues, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So with all of this, a lot of fatigue, a lot of brain fog, a lot of achiness, just really uncomfortable, in addition to all of my other issues. So a friend introduced me to 3 and to Vitalite. And honestly, I didn't want to try it because I've tried so many things before and they upset my tummy. I'm very sensitive to things. And so there was a lot of apprehension, but the curiosity won out because of everything that I've read. This was like nothing I've ever seen. So I did decide to make a leap of faith to try it. Yeah, it pushed me past my apprehension. And I got to tell you, I'm so glad I chose to feel it for myself because I felt amazing. I was doing a party.
Let me stop you there for a second. So you say you felt amazing. So obviously you didn't have upset in your GI. Who hasn't taken a vitamin source that's synthetic and just you feel awful or vomit or nauseous or just can't do it, especially prenatals and whatever, just for whatever your system is programmed. But you're actually saying that the Vitalite, because it's a whole food, I'm assuming, did not make you sick.
It did not cause any issues. And I am very familiar with issues trying to take things because I'm trying to assist my body. I'm trying to help my body do its job. And even trying to assist my body, I felt like I was failing. So this was just a celebration that I could tolerate it. I was over the moon. And then I continued to take it and I'm like, wow, like this is great. I'm playing with my kids again. I mean, I was at a point of misery that it was uncomfortable to play with my kids because I just physically was not feeling well. So to return to myself, to be able to play with them, to go for walks with my husband, I love to work out. And I was not recovering from my workouts. I was feeling wrecked the next day. And it wasn't from a higher volume workout. I just wasn't feeling well. And I've started to be able to go back to my workouts again and enjoy them and feel good the next day, which is how we should all feel. None of us should feel wrecked the next day after a workout.
I agree 100%. Maybe if you could concise it down, give us some of the nitty gritty, how, and we know it helps with many things, but what was the couple highlights of how the difference you saw after taking the Vitalite?
The highlights for me definitely were not only tolerating it, feeling more energy, having greater freedom of movement, just really, it's helped me to have the energy to continue pursuing, looking for answers with my naturopath. because frankly, when you're doing a lot of the trial and error and a lot of the, tracking and trending, it's tiring. And if you don't have the energy, that's hard. I've now been able to pour more energy into this to really, explore and help my body because I have this energy again, because, I feel great. And I think the best part is Vitalite earned my trust, my very uneasy trust. And it opened me up to a lot of other products like Revive, like, Etranel. So I think definitely I'm glad I tried one because it helped me to understand that I was ready to try them all. So that was the best part of Vitalite for me.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing. That's super cool. Gail, what do you have to say about that? I mean, obviously you're all about natural and superfoods and phytonutrients and all that, but just from the GI sense of everything being depleted and not absorbed into your condition or into your system, and then having such a great testimonial, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I think that the products speak for themselves, and that's what attracted me in the beginning too, Mandy, was that I'd heard so many testimonials and I was like, wow. And I was already using high-end supplements for decades, so it wasn't new to me. But the way that this company has the 11 different absorption technologies, I mean, that right there is where the rubber meets the road for this company versus any other company that I've ever been exposed to. The key ingredients that are in the Vitalite, if you just went and you looked up each one of them on your own, you would be blown away at the benefit of just those products and being a whole food clean product that is absorbing because of our technologies down to a cellular level. So when you can feed the cell all the way down to the nucleus of the cell, you can create healthy organs. The body can build a healthy self. Let me just leave it at that, because we are designed to run off of nutrition, off of food, correct? And so when we are able to assimilate it and break it down, and the body can utilize it at a level that supports our bodily functions, they all work together for good. You are not just your body. Let me just think of how complex it all is. This product is my favorite product. When somebody says, what one product should I take? It's this one, no matter what. My grandbabies take this product as well.
Oh, that's amazing. And I know some folks, it's in a natural gel cap, and so it can get crushed up in shakes and smoothies. And what's amazing is that it has, what I love about Vitalite is knowing the sourcing and the curation of what's in it is one thing, but also knowing that it's all inclusive. I don't have to take a prebiotic. I don't have to take a probiotic. It has all the omegas in there. So it's a product that fills, most basic nutrient gaps that the average person would have in their system. So that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I just want to say one thing,
pretty amazing.
That just the last thing is, and you touched on it, but people really get to wrap their mind around the fact that the microbiome, the gut flora is where 80% of, on average, your immune system comes from. And so it's also so critical for brain health and stress levels and things like that. So the microbiome blend in here, hands down, is amazing, and the human body will show you how amazing it is by responding.
Well, it's definitely not our most sexiest product in the line, but if I was on a deserted island and I could only take one product, I would definitely choose Vitalite. So thank you so much, Mandy. Thanks, Gail, for that. Let me introduce you our next testimonial.
Unmute, Ed.
Yeah, buddy, almost ended the broadcast. So, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. We can, so, yeah, a great testimonial. I guess, I mean, I'm fortunate that I can tolerate a lot of foods. And different things. So, I never really, but I understand there's a lot of people out there that, they can't even tolerate a vitamin. And honestly, my daughter, she had some issues with certain vitamins. She was trying different things, and that's why she likes, I think in her mind, it's more that she can't tolerate them, but she takes our vitamins now, all the Vitalite herself. And I think it's her thought process that she can't tolerate it, but she's tolerating everything wonderfully.
Well, and I think to that point, as Gail and Corey touched on, I mean, most supplements out there have a lot of crap in them. They've got artificial ingredients. They've got, any number of different preservatives and all sorts of other different things in there that are going to, that for some people that have more sensitive systems than others are going to be rejected. They're not, their body's like, hey, I don't recognize this stuff. What is it? I don't want it.
Yeah.
Whereas, our whole food based ingredients are as natural as you're going to get, other than straight out of the ground. And even then, most stuff straight out of the ground doesn't have everything in combinations that we have with Dr. Dan's excellent formulation. So, there's a reason why these products work. There's a reason why folks like Mandy, who do have a sensitive system, are finding that these products are welcome in her body, or by her body, I should say. So, yeah, that's what makes these products unique. So we're blessed to have them. We're grateful for Dr. Dan and everybody else in this community, as Mandy pointed out. I'd love to have you join our community, the temovement.com, the entrepreneurmovement.com, and we'll be happy to send you some info. Ed and I are proud to be part of the fastest growing team in the company.
Yeah.
We'd welcome the opportunity to link arms and help you realize your health dreams, but also your financial dreams, with this opportunity to share with folks and generate a residual income on the side of whatever else you're doing.
Yeah, we're not only are we putting, getting your health and wellness back, but we're also adding some wealth to your health and wellness. So, nothing wrong with creating a little additional income, especially in today's economy. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on out there. I talk to different people, and just, it depends on what industry you're in, but some industries are, grinding to a halt, and other industries are, like I said, I praise real estate, and, I could just see that the sales, there's not as many sales. I had an order the other day, and it was a rush to get it done. I called the agent, I had it all scheduled, and then the lender canceled it. So there's a lot of things going on that, we don't know about. So, that's where we are. Love, like you said, love to connect. Go to temovement.com. We're going to have a couple more testimonials on natural health and wellness products. And as always, you have a great day.
Yep. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us, folks. Taking the time. We'll see you on the next one. Ed, you have an awesome Friday.
Yes, sir. See you, buddy.
Catch you later.